So now if you provide another menu holder over here, now let's suppose that we are creating another block which is known as menu holder. Menu holder. One thing, you may create it using this underscore, but for better SEO purpose I would like to always suggest that use this type of class name, menu hyphen holder. Now we are creating another class name which is known as menu holder. This is actually a class name, as we have told you previously. Here we are using a dot, that means it is declaring a class, and menu holder is actually the selector name. Now all you have to do is to create some particular dimension for it. Width, for say we have provided a total width of 700 pixels over here for this menu, or you may provide a 800 pixels over here, whatever you wish, but keep it in mind that do not exceed beyond 1000 pixels. As the mother wrapper, it has a width of 1000 pixels, so the child blocked elements inside this mother wrapper, they should not, their total width never should not cross or exceed the width of this mother wrapper, which is 1000 pixels. Let's come about this background element then. And then you have to provide again a margin 0 auto condition over here. And then just save this stylesheet.css, get back to index, and you see that this is the div, this is the tag holder. That means you have actually made so far this tag holder element over here. You have actually made a tag holder element over here. Now you are trying to build this menu holder part. Definitely these two are two distinct or different blocked elements. That means after finishing this div will be executed then. So all you need to do is to place this div all beneath this tag holder. So what you are doing here, you are creating so this is the second div, second block. That means you have created this block. Where is the thing? Yeah, here it is. You have created this block over here. Now get back to your first of all, save this document, get back to your project and reload, and you see that another block has been produced over here, which is the menu holder block. Now one thing is sure here, if you want to make a certain gap between the menu holder block and the above this tagline block, then all you have to do, you have to provide some particular margin over here. Either you may do it over here, like here you may say 10 pixels auto, 10 pixels. That means from the top it is leaving a gap of 10 pixels. Left and right side is being calculated how many margin it has to provide to be fitted into the central position, and from the bottom it is taking another gap of 10 pixels, another margin of 10 pixels. And which one it is? It is the menu holder. So save it, get back to your project, reload, and you see that from the top block contents, this is now leaving a total gap of 10 pixels. And when you will be creating another block here, you will be noticing there that the same exact amount of 10 pixels is being left over here, as you have provided a 10 pixels margin from the bottom. So always keep these things in mind. All these things are interlinked, and all you have to do, you have to make a clear conception on these things, because these things are very crucial in your future cases. Whenever you are just stylizing your WordPress site or anything you are doing over there, then you will be needing all these concepts you are learning right now. The next thing, the next block that we are discussing about is this content part. So all we need to do, we have to create another block or element over here. So if you create another class name will be created, which is known as the content block holder. Now what you are doing here, you are copying this class name, getting back to index.html, and again all you have to do this content block holder thing, it is actually coming below this menu holder. So that is why you need to create another div over here. Press Ctrl S, get back to your project, reload, and you see that the content block holder is now been created over here. And as I have told you previously, that there is a 10 pixels of gap from the top, from this menu holder element. As you have provided a 10 pixels of margin from the bottom, that means this thing will be providing a total of 10 pixels of margin from the next content, that means this content holder element. And of course there will be the last block of element which still remains over here, which is known as the footer part, the footer element. So all we need to do, getting back to a stylesheet.css page, and we are now creating dot name it something unusual, something uncommon, but never use this footer as a class name or selector name. This is because of the fact there are some reserved words that are being used by HTML5. Now let's get back to index.html, and finally we are creating another class. So we have created this footer element banner, and I think I should left a total margin of 10 pixels as usual from the above content. So let's get back to our project, and in style sheet we are providing here as 10 pixels auto. That means from the top it is leaving a total margin of 10 pixels. Get back to your project, reload, and you see that a 10 pixels gap has been produced from the topmost content block holder. So here comes the block of the elements which has been created over here. So that is how we have created successfully some building of blocks over here, into which the corresponding contents will be imposed upon, and then after placing all those contents into the position and as per in accordance with the template we have been awarded with, and then all we need to do is to remove all these backgrounds first, that we have placed in order to make sure that the blocks are in proper position. So these are the primary blocks that you have to create. Now the next challenging thing is to create some more additional blocks inside of these individual blocks. You need to take these blocks as a mother wrapper, and then you have to create some child blocked elements inside this mother wrapper. In the next tutorial we will be learning about the float property or floating properties of blocks. That will be discussed in our next tutorial. Until then, thanks for viewing us.